Now let us see the code for that. Now, okay, let this be, okay, let it be, let me take it off, okay. Now, think that we are having the root, okay. Root always contains the reference of first head node, okay. Now, here as part of this scenario, the root node, let it be as 1, okay. It is containing the reference as 1, right? Okay, what if the case in memory, if you are not having this particular root node, definitely it will be as an empty binary search tree, right? So let me develop from the scratch. So think that if this particular representation itself not there in the memory, so what we have to do, if root equal to null, so we just put some user friendly messages to the user and just terminate the control just by using control statement that is written, okay. Now why only written? Here it is void, so it is, I mean in Java if a particular method is not returning anything, we have to put that one as a void. Try to understand. Now if that one is not the case, what I am going to do here is, it is so simple. I am going to take one more, that is I am not going to disturb the value of root. As I said earlier, it is always a good programmer or good analyzer practice not to disturb the particular identifier value. So we have to copy that particular identifier value in the other local variable for future use, okay. Try to understand. These are all some tricks at the time of developing your own code, that is algorithm. Now, so I am going to define one particular identifier of type test like root 1, okay. For that I am going to assign the address of or the reference of root. Try to understand, it is root 1, okay, and that one is root. Actual one is root, and the dummy, the duplicate, that is the local one, is root 1, okay. Now you just think here, okay. So as part of this, what I am going to do here is, so think that if you are having n number of nodes here, as part of this session, I mean discussion, I took only 3 nodes. Think that if you are having n number of nodes, okay, let it be as, and even we are going to discuss even this one also after a while at the time of doing the entire analysis, okay. So we are having n number of nodes. This session I took only 4, 6, 7 nodes. What if a particular user using my application is containing and is creating 1000 nodes? At that time, what is the scenario there? At that time, you have to take one iterative statement and you have to traverse all the nodes by using the formula which is called as left node first, root node next, at last right node, right? So what I am going to do here is try to understand the simple formula, I mean a simple general idea. Let me put it as a general one. So now, think that we have taken one iterative statement, okay, and even I don't know the condition what to write here, okay. We will do some analysis and we will write a valid condition over there. Now after that, now what I am going to do here is the formula first is the left node, okay. Now I have to traverse from this node to this left node, right? Then only I can print this particular node. Think that these nodes are not available in the memory. Why I put this one? To make you guys, we have to take while node, I mean while iterative statement. So that's why if you are having n number of nodes means then compulsory we should go with what? Iterative statement. That's why I took, and I don't know even what the particular condition to write in the while statement, okay. Now here I want to traverse to the left node of the, I mean from being at this node I have to traverse to the left node. How I can do that? Simply just put root 1, that is assign the root 1 dot left value to root 1. Currently the root 1, that is root value is 1 and root 1 value is also 1. So what I am doing here, for root 1 I am assigning 2, right? So what is always a good programmer practice is we should not disturb a particular, even if it is like a local variable also, don't disturb that one. If you are unaware of that, why I am changing this particular or a particular identifier value, do one thing, save that particular identifier value in one more identifier, that is a local one for future use. That is also one of the programming trick. Okay, now I have to save this particular root. What is the type of root one? It is test. So I have to save that in particular local variable. So think that today I took only 7 nodes. What is the case if I took 1 lakh nodes tomorrow? What is the scenario? So am I required to create 1 lakh local variables to save 1 lakh local variable identifier values? No, it's impossible. You cannot do that like that. Okay, for that what we are going to do here is, see, I am giving for each and everything an explanation. No need to mug up anything. You have to just think in process, then that's it, everything will be in your hands. Okay, now, so what I am going to do here is I am going to take a beautiful data structure called as stack. So in stack, internally it is an array, right? I think you know these basics. Okay, now stack is also internally an array. So if it is like int array, what values we can say? We can say only primitive int values, that is from -2147483648 to 2147483647, right? So in the same way, what I am going to do here is I am going to create an array of type test. So in that array I am going to save the value of root 1. Why? Because in order to use those values in the future, right? Now let us declare one array. Let it be like test array stack. Okay, that array name is stack. Okay, identifier name equal to new test, and let it be the size as 20. Okay, and this size depends. Okay, that is what you have to, before using this particular, in order you have to know how many number of nodes will be there, and you have to take this particular value. It's very important. Okay, and if you are having 1 lakh nodes and if you just take 20, it's meaningless. Okay, now just take one top, because stack should have one cursor, right? So let me take one cursor like int top equal to -1. Okay, now, so now what I am going to do here is, before changing the value of root 1, I just save the value of root 1 in the stack. Let my stack be as it is, like, let me put it clearly. Okay, so initially top is here, let it be as 0. Okay, and here it is -1, top is here, and it is referred with an identifier called as stack of type test. Okay, try to understand these basics. So before here, what I am going to do here is stack of plus top. As I said earlier in my previous session, what is the behavior of pre-increment or pre-decrement operators? If it is get associated with any other operations, first pre-decrement operator behavior or operation will get performed, later associated operation will get performed. So first the priority will be given for this one, and later the associated compound operation action will be performed. So here first the top value will get increment, so from -1 to 0 it will go. Okay, try to understand it. Now for that, what I am going to do here, I am assigning the root 1 value. Okay, I am safe. I just storing the value of root 1 in the stack for my future use, and I am changing the value of root 1, that is 2. Try to understand it. It's very simple. Now the same statement. Okay, so this thing happened. Now currently I am at this node. Okay, now think that here. Okay, now it is the while loop, it is an iterative statement. Now the control will come here, so it will come here. Think that as of now we put it as true, we don't know anything. Okay, now once again the root 1 value is 2, so it is going to get stored in the stack. Okay, because let me give a brief idea which condition has to come in the while statement. You should not write everything in blind way. Let us give some analysis and try to write a valid condition, so it will be very rememberable one to us after long period of time. Okay, that is what we have to learn the subject. In particular way we have to learn the subject. Now 2 is there. Now what is root 1 dot left? So root 1 is currently pointing 2, so it will be here. What is root 2 dot left? It is null, so root 1 equal to null. So if you want to write any condition, you have to take, that is the, a blind idea number 1 is you have to write the while statement conditions or any iterative statement conditions or selective statement conditions. You have to take the default values, and that depends on your requirement. Okay, default values. And other one is, if you if you want to terminate that based on some conditions, what we call, it is based on the prior values. Okay, prior values, meaning that it, we didn't come such type of scenarios till now, and there also we can use, those particular variable values also we can use, and we can use some of the relational operators or double equals operator or not equals operator to make a particular valid condition as part of this while statement. Those are also very important. If you are good in writing the conditions, that's it. Almost 90% of analysis has been finished. Okay. Now, one more thing is that it is based on other local variables. Okay, it will be, but we didn't come across such type of things. Okay, let it be. In case if you come there, I'll make you guys notice of that one. Okay, now based on these two values or variable values only, we have to write the condition, that is expression conditions. Okay.